Hey Twilight, I want to ask you something.
If we can skip the intro bit for this sketch again, sure, be my guest.
Yeah, no, sorry. What I actually want to know is, a few days ago when Luna called us to help deal with that badly written Bill Cipher wannabe.
Help deal with him? More like do all of the work.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I've been looking back on that and I kinda started wondering.
About what?
Why you were acting so normal when talking to Luna. I mean, was it right before that sketch when you found out about that horn business?
Yes, that is rather odd. Given how pissed you were at Luna after finding out, and on top of that having not found her that day, it does leave me wondering too. Did you just forget that you sexually exploited you?
No, of course I didn't forget that.
And why Anna took the opportunity and confronted her about it there?
Well, simple, because that would have wasted sketch time. Besides, I actually already talked it out with Luna before that.
Really? When?
Well, off-screen, of course.
Aha, and how did she defend herself?
When apparently this was all just a huge misunderstanding. Luna may have thought about doing it, and she did admit that she already came into my room, but last second she changed her mind again. So she actually didn't fuck herself on my horn, which I must say, I appreciate.
And you'll just believe her that? Hell, I know I'd be lying my ass off if I'd done something like that.
Yes, AJ, for the sake of our friendship, I chose to believe her. And everything aside, I can kind of understand the allure. I mean, just look at it. It really does have a perfect size.
Well, I must say I found it rather lacking, honestly.
What do you mean you found it lacking?
Well, when I tried it, of course.
You what? You gotta be kidding me. Did every pony just secretly rape my horn? Maybe I should stop taking money for it.
Now, Twilight, calm yourself. You can rest assured that I had no perverted interest whatsoever when I did it.
But you did still do it.
Sure. I mean, if the princesses have done it, then I, as Fancy Pants, must have done it too. After all, I have to be up to date with everything that's trending among our royalty. And for my personal review, I must admit I kind of expected it to feel warmer.
I can't believe you just keep on talking about this. By the way, what do you mean warmer? It's a horn. What, you expect like a heater in there?
That I came to notice as well, that it's just a horn. Still, shouldn't there also be blood flowing through there? Never really been into biology. But like I was saying, it was a rather disappointing and also somewhat off-putting experience. It honestly felt like some kind of bony finger reaching inside for my soul.
Well, I'm sorry that raping my head didn't satisfy you. But seriously, tell me the truth, you girls. Aside from Rary, none of you have done anything like that, have you? Good. Nice move, by the way, to just shake your heads without saying a word. Really made it easy to see your answers. But real talk now, why is this even a thing that I need to worry myself about? You'd think in an advanced country like Equestria, getting your horn fucked in your sleep should not be a risk worth noting.
Well, in that case, I can assure you, besides Celestia, there ain't no pony left in this country that would still do such a thing. At least none I can think of right now.
Hey, speaking of Celestia, it's been a long time since we ever really mentioned her again, so I was just asking myself, how do you think she is doing right now in her exile?
Very hot. I like.
Don't know, don't care.
Okay.
There you are, Twilight. Bet you thought you could evade me forever, huh? Fat chance. I knew I was gonna find you sooner or later by just roaming the 5-or-something Ponyville backroads where bodies use us.
At the hazard of stepping on your hooves, but what the hell are you on about? I was trying to evade you or something. Why would I even?
Well, allow me to answer you that question with a question. Why is it that I received a letter earlier this week from Trixie, in which she worriedly asked me why I haven't wrote back to her yet? You know, answered that other letter she sent me.
Other letter? And so the first thing that comes to your mind is that I've got something to do with that, huh? Pretty lousy of you, don't you think, to just accuse me like that?
So am I wrong?
I didn't say that. I mean, factually, you're correct. But still, you could have at least, thought of some other suspects as well. Why is it always gonna be me when something goes wrong for you?
Because it always is you. You know what? I didn't even mean to get in such a discussion with you. Just admit your fault and we can put it to rest.
Fine. I did open that letter of Trixie to have it read for a sketch. Happy now?
About as much as I can be. And you couldn't bother to at least forward that letter to me after the fact, could you?
Frankly, no. I mean, we already filmed an entire sketch before, and I also want to call it a day eventually.
Whatever. Just give me a brief summary, because Trixie actually did not feel like repeating her entire letter from before.
All right. In short, Trixie informed us that she's now the ruler of Appaloosa after Brayburn tragically passed away.
So she seriously put Operation Romeo and Juliet into action?
There is that name again. What the fuck does that mean even? In her letter, Trixie didn't really elaborate on anything concrete. Just that it somehow ended with Brayburn dead.
Well, given that I would basically incriminate Trixie by telling you guys that, I rather don't want to. On the other hand, Trixie didn't give a flying fuck about my concerns with this plan and just did it anyway. You know what? Fuck it. Operation Romeo and Juliet is basically exactly what it sounds like. The plan meant her to convince Brayburn that their love would always be frowned upon by society, but in front of God, all love is equal. She would persuade him to perform a double suicide with her, a la Romeo and Juliet, by each drinking a deadly poison. Only that Trixie did not drink her part of it. Instead, she likely just sat back and watched Brayburn carve out his last breath at the roofs. She can be somewhat of a psychopath if it fits her needs. And what did she do after Brayburn was dead? Did she see her plan through to the end?
Well, if that plan included making Appaloosa a giant casino world and proclaiming it as the last Pegasus of the South, then yes.
Don't forget that war crime of a rename she did on that place, Trixie Lusa.
Yeah, despite all my love, that name is objectively terrible.
So we all just gonna accept that Trixie manipulated my cousin into killing himself so she could overthrow his hometown and turn it into her own personal gambling empire?
Well, I mean, yeah. Think what you will about that casino thing, but we already agreed that other episode that Brayburn had it coming big time.
Yes. Or do you suggest we should not judge a pony who was open to start a relationship with an underage buffalo, likely driven by some weird interracial fetish?
Andy's responsible for wiping out all buffaloes in Equestria. Plus, he was just a piece of shit in general, and me saying that is very telling.
Y'all don't need to remind me of all his failings, okay? I get that he deserved it. But all them Appaloosa ponies, what they ever do? In general, this whole concept that Trixie's now ruling that town, all just 'cause she's Brayburn's widow or whatnot's always been pretty unbelievable to me. And even like Brayburn was the mayor or something, he was just the biggest simp for that place.
Look, I think it's honestly your fault this bothers you so much. Why are you even trying to make sense of this ridiculous plot? You should know better in this series.
Well, sorry that I'm gonna accept just about any bullshit I get told without question. Only most of it.
While we're at the topic of bullshit, how are you all planning to combat that huge wave of BS heading towards Equestria?
I'll just ignore that clumsy attempt at transitioning because frankly I have no idea what you're trying to say. What are you hinting at exactly?
Well, before I tell you, I should establish the reason why I even know about this so we don't waste time with you questioning it.
Hey, suit yourself.
Okay, so my OP Mary Sue pose were able to gauge a huge threat coming to Equestria in the near future. I'm sure you already know about it too. What I mean is the crumbling interdimensional balance.
Oh, that. Yeah, we know about that.
Good, very good. And what exactly are your plans?
You'll have to get a little more detailed there. Plans for what exactly? Next weekend?
For what you gonna do about it? I mean, our reality itself is beginning to fall apart. You're not seriously about to tell me you've been ignoring this?
Well, given how you're acting even before that, I think I actually won't tell you that.
Which doesn't make it any less true, though.
Oh my fucking hell, you gotta be kidding me! So you are all well aware of what's about to come, and you do nothing? Are you really too impotent to act? Too adult to lead in these dangerous times? Well, frankly, I'm gonna have to guess with that weird wording of yours, but I'd say probably yes. I mean, really, Starlight, have we even met before? You do know who you're talking to right now, do you?
What does that mean?
Simply put, if there's one thing us main six can do best, it's to do nothing at all. Our job isn't to act, but to react. Doing something preemptively just because we think there might be a threat somewhere. I don't know, it just seems like wasted energy to me. Besides, all that dimensional stuff isn't our cup of tea anyways. That's Dimensia's thing, and honestly, I don't really feel like getting involved with her work.
But didn't she herself also say that she's afraid of what's to come? That sooner or later she might not be able to protect us anymore.
I mean, yeah, she did say that, but I just thought she wanted to make it sound more cinematic or something. I didn't think she was for real, if I'm honest.
This can't be real, you guys. Pinky, come on, at least you must see what I mean.
Sorry, Starlight. I do see your point, but at the same time I see that you're just wasting your breath here. Trying to compel these ponies to do anything if they still have another choice, that's just a losing battle.
But no, you can't afford ignoring this. You have to do something.
All right, Starlight, let's humor the idea for a second and pretend we were gonna do something. What the hell should that be exactly, in your opinion?
I don't know.
That's what I thought. If even you have no idea how to solve this, when this should logically prove no challenge for Mary Sue, what chance do we got right now, huh? No, this plot will just have to unfold like all the others before. And when the time comes, we will deal with it then. But only then.
The least you could do is taking some precautions, preparing for the worst case when it comes. We have no idea how this dimensions thing is gonna affect our world. We gotta be prepared for an apocalypse, a collapse.
Look, I will give you this much. Those are some valuable ideas, Starlight. Some pony other than us, I'm sure, will gladly put them to use. But that's just not who we are.
This is so fucking typical for you. Fucking fine then. Go choke on that ignorant bliss of yours. I'm not just gonna sit idly by and await the inevitable. I've seen what is coming and I choose to act, to lead. Because Equestria is broken, it seems. And the only way forward for me is to go back where it all began. If you will not do something about this, then I will.
Hey, by all means, Starlight, that's exactly what we're aiming for when we stay passive.
So you see, the system works.
Look, Gus, I know it's futile to even attempt talking sense to you, but don't you think you could at least think twice about ignoring this problem? Starlight is right, you know. Sooner or later, this is gonna become a huge deal. One I fear we won't be able to stop then.
I mean, you are not entirely wrong. We just have to wait and see.
I give up.